That's all.
Yeah, but here's the thing with the whole. Hey, welcome back to Not So Common podcast.
Not so common.
Bumbleclot.
But yeah, the thing with that is, everything that what they were charging him for, nobody proved that that's what he was guilty of.
Bro, yo,
they proved that he was they proved that he was a bad guy,
right?
But they didn't prove no
but it was
RICO charges.
Everything they already knew. It was just the fact that he did something that just crossed them and was like, oh, it's like that. We'll show you that we're still in control. That's all it is. Jennifer, what it do?
What's going on?
Salute.
Wait, who?
Jennifer.
The fifth member.
Oh, there you go. Gingerbread.
That's the fifth member.
Gingerbread.
Lord.
No.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they proved that he was a bad dude with cheat. You know, it's been going on since the 90s. The freak offs wasn't everybody in Hollywood. Yeah. The freak offs was 3 people.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, everything they said, they didn't prove anything. They testified for
that. Yeah. It was just all this was just to embarrass him. It was just like humiliation all day with this one. They were just with the whole baby oil and all that jokes on them, and they knew they didn't have nothing on that man. Like they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now if they proved that was he an abuser or stuff like that, okay, yeah. But yeah, so you know, I feel like he might get, you know, either time served or a few more months because they pushed the date back to October.
Oh, they did.
So in my personal opinion, so my personal opinion, he might get time served or he'll pay a fine, do some community service, but nothing.
But you know what's crazy?
I
think after Diddy, I know everybody keep talking about like the whole liquor thing and stuff like that. But did you hear the interview when Diddy was talking about starting his own political party for black people?
Yeah.
Yeah. After that interview, they was like, hold on. Now you messing up what we started. What we had Martin Luther King do for us. You messed stuff up now, brother. You messed with their money.
But I think you're right. But after, you know, if you look at it, you know, after the Barack Obama situation, you know, Diddy wasn't going with the vote or die no more.
Yeah, because
he was all vote or die.
Barack was trash.
That went away.
Barack was trash. Man, Barack trash.
But I think it had. Well, yeah, but you know, also him and Trump are good friends.
Diddy and Trump.
Yeah. So when Barack Obama's first term, you know, was up when he couldn't run no more, all that voter died. He wasn't doing that for Joe Biden, was he? So.
Now, I mean, I think he went to the highest bidder. Whoever paid him. I mean, most of those, if you think about it, most of those celebrities are all paid sponsors. That's it. They're paid.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was noted. Think about it. Meg Thee Stallion last year. Come on, man. You think she just wanted to go there?
That was some nonsense.
Beyonce didn't even sing. I heard she got like $5 million. All she did was say a few words over a few minutes and made that money. And you ain't never heard from her again.
Yeah, man.
Like when it comes to celebrities, for the most part, they're all puppets for the most part.
The Democratic Party is a scam. Oh, that junk is a scam for black people. Did you know that originally that the black people were with the Republicans originally?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, like when did that change? Because the Democratic Party is nothing but scams, yo. It's just scams to make you feel like they're doing something for you, but really harming you in the long run.
Like, I mean, honestly, I think there's the level of what's the word? They're on both sides. On both sides, they have their angles, and I think they both play for the same team. Yeah. We just don't know it. We're in the middle trying to figure out which way to go.
Right.
Not knowing they both play with each other. They play with the same team. So it's like,
but the difference is like Republicans, like the Republican side, they're about get off your ass and work for what you want. Democrats like,
I
yeah,
get it.
just do what we say, and we'll just feed you a little something to keep you comfortable. But the Republicans, their ceiling is a lot higher because if you actually do something, not saying I'm Republican, I'm neither one of them, but I'm just saying like they
I
give you
forgot.
more potential to do stuff. You know what I mean? They allow you to move because if you do anything out of what Democrats allow you to do, they'll cut you off and leave you stranded. You know what I mean? So it's a huge
Yeah.
difference, yo. Like Democrats don't even want men in the house for women and stuff like that. You heard about that? Where like certain,
But for welfare and stuff,
yeah, you can't even
What'd you
have a
say?
man
for
in the
welfare,
well, like you can't even have men in the house.
Oh wow.
like,
Yeah.
you
Talking
talking
about
about for
during
government,
welfare and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, like
government
what kind
assistance,
of
Yeah.
like
and that's the issue.
Now,
we're gonna break up your
now,
house.
when did that happen though? When did that happen? Right after what that right? That happened right after resegregation. They
Mm-hmm.
brought everybody back together,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and then they put these systems in place. You get the man out of the home, break up the family, then here we are.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know how we got duped in believing that the black vote is always going toward Democrats. Like, I don't know where that came in.
No,
Mm.
that's because it had
Exactly.
to do
Like,
with
that's wild.
the like even like you were talking about the Republicans and stuff like that back in the day. Back in 1860 when they started it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Afterward, the Democratic Party was the Southern white person was now broke and poor.
Mm-hmm.
Which or even more broke.
Mm-hmm.
So they were helping. Their Democratic side was helping them come out of get better. But they learn now that if we get the poor black man who's mentally broke,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
not just physically broke, but mentally, and get them on our side, we can manipulate them any way we want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's all about it's like, what do you want? There needs to be a what do you call that? Some middle ground in
Mm-hmm.
it, because leave it up to states' rights, but then we sometimes need government to help, but then they're so corrupt that you can't even trust their
You're
help.
exactly.
You
It's Nah, that whole Kamala run.
like
Yeah.
you're right.
That woke a lot
Yeah,
of
you're
them.
right. They
Yeah.
will for government assistance.
Yeah.
They will tell you can get this government assistance, but you cannot have a man in the house. So you stay at a level. You know what I'm saying? You always stay at a certain level when it comes to them.
Yeah, I hear that a lot too. A lot of white
Mm-hmm.
people are on
There
that
is more
welfare,
white people. Yeah.
but if you ever go in those type of places, you just see nothing but like Hispanic people and black people. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so where does
Because
I hear that so much that it's more white people on welfare, but where do they get they can do everything online? They ain't got to go in. But if you ever
Yeah.
look in those type of places, it's just filled with
With
Hispanics and
blacks
black
and
people.
Hispanic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't be seeing no white people in there.
the thing is, she's right. There are more white people because there are just more white people in America.
Yeah.
So by just numbers,
Just
they
by
are going to.
default, but
Yeah, they're just more. There are more of them, but
but you know what you don't see? Asians and Indians. You
Not
will
like that.
never catch that.
nah.
Yeah.
Well,
Never catch
Now,
that.
they're both considered
Right.
Asians, and
Yeah.
to speak on Kamala, she had an Asian American program. I think it was like over the years ago, where I think it was like 25 billion or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a certain amount of money that was given towards Asian American business owners and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was never really broadcasted enough.
So
They got for a long time she was playing the narrative like I'm a black woman and stuff like that, which I'm sure there's some, she has some melanin to an extent, but
Yeah.
she didn't do anything for melanin people that you can easily say, oh yeah, she did that. But name me one thing. Name me one thing.
She said straight out her mouth, I am not doing anything for the black community. Stop it. Like, she said it with confidence.
Mm-hmm.
But she surely told you that she cooked her greens in the tub, though.
Yeah.
Exactly. But my opinion is they give white people their own space that is inconspicuous to the. Oh, that's true
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. But yeah, so my thing is, well, Kamala, the thing is that you can give black people it don't and get people to realize that you don't have to have a handout. You can always get yourself to a certain point. You know what I'm saying? We so stuck into the white man holding us down. It's like, no. Have you even
that narrative is.
have you tried to put a foot forward to go through some things? You know,
Mm-hmm.
most of the time the answer is no. They haven't.
Right, like they quick to complain about stuff like the whole riots and stuff. As soon as they see a black man, they be hoping it's a black man that got beat so they could do some rioting and break stuff and tear up their own
Looting.
communities. Yeah, they be waiting for it. But let it find out it was a white man. They like, but boy, as soon as they hear it's a
But
black
even
man,
stuff like that, I hear there's a what do you call it? What crisis actors?
oh
Yeah.
That they pay to go to these places and to do certain things, so that when the news is there, putting their coverage out there, they're they're filming the crisis actors that are going the most crazy because they're paid to do that, and they have to sign NDAs so they can't disclose what they're
And that's
doing.
Like a couple those years back when the riot happened up here in Rochester, and that's what a lot of people thought ended up happening here. Because they end up taking a lot of photos, and you seen a lot of Caucasian men and stuff in there between all the black people. You know what I mean? They over there flipping cars and all that different type of stuff. But at least they had put it out on the news for people to actually see what they're doing. You know, they putting actors out there to do all that stuff. But
it's like almost everything you see on TV is fake. Like I remember thinking back, you remember the whole Sandy Hook shooting?
Yeah,
I remember when they were showing the dad, one of the fathers, before he went on the camera to say his speech and all that. He laughing and all that. Then he got on the camera. Once the camera started rolling on him, he started crying, reading his notes, and I'm like, "Hey, everything's so dang on fake, yo!" Like everything they put on TV be fake.
Yeah, they had I seen a video. This lady was talking, and she was talking about these masks that are so realistic, right?
Yeah.
And I can't remember which president she was in office with, but they were having a meeting, and she had the mask on, and the president didn't even know until she took it off and was like, "Look, this is what we can do." And they got pictures of it too.
Really? I got to see that.
So we got the mask.
I got to see that
now. Yeah, it's on there. Like I know exactly what he's talking about. And they're like,
I forget which president she was talking to.
Yeah, it gotta be, man. I'm telling you, like, did you see? Like, nobody's talking about how Biden face changed. Like, it was two different people. Like, they didn't even look alike. Like,
Biden face change.
When Biden was running with when he was a vice president for Obama, compared to the Biden that was president.
Yeah,
two different people.
It's two different people.
It wasn't the same person. Nobody ever.
I think he was. I think he was. That Biden mentally ain't the same. Not physically, mentally ain't the same as the.
Yeah, because they put out something, didn't they?
They
said. Go ahead, Poop.
Yeah, they said like the real Biden passed away like 2018 or something. Like it was like so many people videos where people showing like proof that the man passed away, and then they had somebody else running using that whole mask, which you were talking about. And you can see like the wrinkles. You can see the wrinkles in like Kamala neck too, like when the mask is like pushed in and stuff, like it wrinkles up in certain places. Like they'll go in and zoom in, and you can see like the lines in the neck of where the mask is. I'm like, dang. Like,
only reason I didn't believe that one because that came on too. That video where they were talking about the neck thing. The only reason I didn't believe that because that's a 60-year-old neck. That's what they do it. So it's like you can't really blame that on the mask. It's a 60-year-old neck.
What makes you think you can't make a mask of a 60-year-old neck?
You can't. Don't let that fool you.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Yeah, that ain't proving that that's a mask. That's proving that's an old neck.
Gobble gobble. He got a really good neck.
Hey, you
Miss
can
Mookie,
tell
they do
when
a
it's
really
one of
good
them
job.
old niggas. They're right.
They do a really good job.
Huh?
Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
They do a really good job. Yeah.
Hey, I seen Scooby Doo in Mission Impossible. You know, they pulled the mask off at the end.
Exactly.
Same thing.
Yeah, Scooby Doo.
It had the same
It was the janitor the whole time. I would have got away with it if it wasn't for them kids.
Hey, you remember Big Mama House too? When Big Mama House, he had that same mask.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, didn't something happen over there? You ever seen the video of what's his name, man? It was the black woman was dating the British guy, the Prince. What's her name? I can't remember her name.
You talking about Meghan Markle? Yep.
You ever seen when that video of when it was a fake one?
They were waving.
Yes.
They were sitting there waving.
Yes.
It looked just like it.
But you can see that was not her.
I want to see the whole. I want to see the whole video because there's only that clip. I wonder what was that we were saying. Like this is they're trying to fool us because there was a video I seen. And they were somebody. It was I was at work, and they were saying that look at this clip. They showed a clip of video, and they were like, they're making water out of human bones, right? So I'm looking at it, and I'm like,
I sent you that,
huh?
He said, "Who sent you that?"
I sent you that.
Oh
no, this video's.
Oh no,
you know
the one I sent.
This
The
old
one
video.
that we was eating people meat. Remember they grind people up like the dead bodies, and
Yep.
then they liquefy the bodies and turn them into fast food. Oh, that's
what I'm talking about.
That's the one I sent you.
So that video's been out for a minute.
Yeah.
No, that video's been out for a minute before you sent that to me. I was having a conversation with him. Huh?
I said, you ain't say nothing, Otis.
So I was trying to tell him that hey, you gotta look at the whole clip. And that clip had nothing to do. If you watch the whole video, it has nothing to do with making water. It's a form of cremation that they were, and the whole video shows a new form of cremation. But that one clip and the people talking in that clip, and it was like, bro, you try to believe
misleading. You're right. I mean, you just got to do your own research.
But if
you got to do your own
whole
research.
video, I saw the whole video, and it was like a new form of cremation that they were doing.
Right. I feel you on that though, but I really think we all of us have eaten dead people before. I truly am a strong believer because you got to understand, like, there's not enough cows in this planet to like have as much stuff. I'm telling you, it happened. It happened.
I can't deny that.
Yeah, and them hot dogs.
I can't deny it. I don't know.
Like, all that ground up meat. Like when you remember the movie
Kingsman?
Man?
Have you not noticed the rats been lowering down in New York and shit?
In New York,
they been grinding up them rats and putting them in hot dogs.
You remember the movie Kingsman?
You never know.
That is
true. You remember the movie Kingsman?
Ratatouille.
When they were like grinding up people in the movie, and they were showing you how that jump looks just like a hamburger. When we come out, like it looks
I seen
that.
I seen that. Yeah.
You never know. You never know. You never know. They ain't gonna tell you.
Eat somebody grandmama, man.
Exactly.
It's more people than animals.
Exactly. Like when they got steaks at like when they got steaks at grocery stores and stuff. You seen the video when they piece all the steaks together and then they call it a steak. They glue it together. Like you don't know what you eating, man.
Hey, have y'all ever seen that movie, that show called What the Health?
I've heard of it.
I've heard of it. I think I started to watch it, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
I ain't never heard of it.
So it was basically an attack on meat, right? And it was showing all the bad how they process it. It was a we hate McDonald's. We hate, it was basically a we hate meat thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure everything they said was true, right? I'm not saying that it wasn't fake or nothing like that. I'm pretty sure our meat is tainted, right? So everybody was throwing away bacon and stuff and all this stuff and not eating McDonald's. But then they also showed you how they make fake vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Real vegetables, hate meat, you stuff. I'm gonna go to this.
If it don't have seeds, if it doesn't have seeds, that means it was created,
GMO.
Exactly.
It has to have seeds.
I don't buy seedless fruit.
Right.
I do not buy
Right.
seedless fruit. I just will not eat it.
Yeah.
I will buy seedless fruit.
Right.
Like grapes, they don't have any seeds in grapes hardly anymore at any grocery store.
Yeah.
Right.
Lemons and limes, they come in the bag. That bitch say seedless. The individual ones I will get because they have seeds in them, but I will not get
It's easy to
lemons
mass produce
bag.
those. It's easy to mass produce that as opposed to growing it growing out the organic stuff.
Yeah.
It's easier to mass produce all the fake shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have,
Hey, hold on real quick. Hey, hold on. Hey, Jennifer is a chef. If she got anything that you want to say on this, what you think about the seedless fruits and stuff like that, and what they do?
yeah, give me a second.
Yeah.
But
Because I can't do the whole seedless stuff. I don't trust it. It's made.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
you know,
you're a vegetarian now, right?
Exactly. I'm a vegetarian. Like,
so it's like you gotta be careful
on a lot of stuff. Like even plant based. I don't really like to even eat that plant based stuff. Like what you said, Pookie. I think he was on the phone. We was talking about plant based. I think so. He was like, "That's the reason why it's called plant based. It was made in the plant, like a plant." You know what I mean? A factory,
a factory plant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know they say broccoli is man-made. He said that's not.
I think
real.
A lot of stuff, but yeah, and have you looked up just the rabbit hole of a lot of stuff we eat are just like crossbreeds, like cabbage is crossbreeds between stuff they made 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm talking about doing Roman time.
Yeah.
They made cabbage then, like you said, broccoli, carrot, all the stuff are crossbred from years ago that make this new vegetable. I'm not saying it's not healthy or nothing, but this is where it comes from.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like they say, lemons don't look like lemons like we see in the grocery store. They when they growing them, they're looking totally different. They have a lot of fruit.
They said watermelon was on there too. Watermelon looked different.
I was just about to say that.
Strawberries.
Watermelon.
I think strawberries.
Strawberries was a cross.
It was a few.
Pineapple crossbred like Roman times, and which is crazy.
I think I seen cucumbers too. Cucumbers looking different too.
You said cucumbers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now you go in the store, they're huge now, like mad big for no reason.
Yeah, that's why you got to go to the farmer's market. You can't go to the grocery store. You got to go straight to the farmer's market because they coming straight from the farm. So you get a lot of that stuff, you know what I mean, in the best state that way, as opposed to going to the grocery store. Because you think about it too, because and bro know this, you got the trucks that has to haul all this produce from store to store, from state to state.
Yeah.
The only thing that keeps those things from going wrong is the fake ones. They're more preserved. Yeah. So they can travel and bring them to other places, but the real stuff you can't do that. It ain't gonna last long. So that's the only way they can preserve it and mass produce it at the same time. Is having all the fake shit.
Yeah.
One of the best I've had was Georgia peach. Have you ever had a Georgia peach, like from Georgia, like the real thing?
Nah.
That's probably one of the best fruits you can ever. It's the juiciness of it. It's like if you buy a peach in the grocery store, it's like hard and shit. No, that.
You love the shape.
I don't know, man. I'm team mango, man.
Mangoes, peaches.
I love mangoes. I love mangoes.
Mangoes is dope, man. Florida, straight from Florida. Dope. Shout out.
Yeah, she has a chef in food.
Yeah. They be glued. Yeah, they be glued.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what she bought, Restaurant Depot.
Yeah, and I seen another video too. Like
I heard a lot of people go there.
Yeah, Restaurant Depot is pretty cool. You got one here.
In the grocery stores, like what they do is like when meat go bad and it start getting that brown color, they'll just go back and like dip it in blood, kind of.
Yeah, I saw that.
Back up and go back in there.
Restore the color.
Yeah, like they do that. Like they don't care about nobody.
Oh, you cut your own fillets?
Oh, she cut the cows.
Word.
She be killing the cow.
A whole cow and chop that mug up herself.
She just throw it in the air and like,
Give it a whole.
Hey,
and then boom.
Macy. Like, split her throat. Like, oh, dang. Oh, Jennifer.
Hey, she walk up behind a live cow and crack her neck.
I'm gonna eat this mother.
That's very true.
That's funny.
Wow, man. Wow.
But yeah,
that's
man.
brutal.
I've been on chia seeds now, guys. For the past couple days. Yeah, y'all know y'all mess with chia seeds?
I have not. I know what it is, but I have not.
I never tasted it before, but I know.
So yeah, it's a good way to like I said, I'm into fasting a lot now. So it's a good way to lower it's a low glucose levels. It's a lot of fiber in it.
Yeah.
And like even doctors like they, I follow doctors and stuff on social media and stuff, and they'll tell you about it. And it'll keep you pretty much full, or the feeling of full for a while. Like I take it in the morning time and I'll be good all day.
Okay.
It keeps you hydrated. And,
I'm gonna have to give that a try.
I'll
try it out. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
You gotta send me
I get about 8 ounces of water. I put a tablespoon in it, and then let it sit for like 30 minutes to an hour.
That's what I know them for. I know
smoothies.
Smoothies, yeah.
Smoothies, yeah. I let it sit for a while, and then put lemon juice in there, squeeze a lemon in there, and I'll just kill it.
Oh, shoot.
I'm gonna have to give it a
Put
try.
some
I've been looking for something.
In it.
You stupid. Some vodka and some weed in it. But I've been trying to look for something to keep me full in the morning to replace a lot of stuff, So I'm gonna have to give that a try.
Yeah,
what helps me is because a lot of times I don't eat until after 12 every day.
Yeah.
So what helps me is one thing I do first thing in the morning. I get a big glass of like hot tea, like green tea. It suppresses your hunger. Well, it does for me. It helps for me. So a lot of times if I have that in the morning, it'd be times I don't eat till like 1, 2 o'clock. And that'd be my first time for today.
This man right here need to write a book.
What?
Because he was 320 pounds at one point. Because when we went to Vegas, bro,
320.
Yeah.
320?
320?
Dang, you made
I don't know if I was 320.
And 20 pounds.
Nah, I wasn't 320. I think I was 300. I might have been. I don't know. I was between 290 and 300.
I was bigger than you, boo.
Yeah, that's probably the most. I think the most I've ever weighed was 305, and I don't remember getting over 300, but I might have.
How?
I used to weigh 310 pounds.
You started fasting. And then
I was doing intermittent fasting. And I started drinking because before that, I never really liked green tea like that. I never liked tea, period.
Yeah, I love green tea.
I just started doing it. My mom put me onto it. I just started drinking it. And then, I've been drinking it every single morning.
You drinking noonie juice too.
I was asking Moo, what was your biggest weight?
My biggest weight? 260.
So AJ hit 310.
Yeah, I hit 310. I think the highest Pookie went was like 125.
and that's with all his clothes on.
Word, that's all his clothes on a full stomach.
Yeah, wear 4 or 5 sets of clothes. Hey, you want to talk about weight?
Word.
It's a lot of jealousy because I still got all this up here.
You silence your mouth.
I haven't wear the hat yet.
Yeah,
that's all I hear.
It's all right, bro.
It's gonna come to you. It might come to you in your sleep.
I'm saving, Pookie, I'm saving all my jokes when you go bald.
No, it ain't happening.
When you go bald, I'm saving every joke I got right now.
It was a few rumors that it was a bald spot back here, but it ain't true. But it ain't true.
Yeah, you went and bought hymns.
Hey, Jennifer say but chia seeds and treat them overnight in oats. Oh, shoot. Yeah, but I want to. It's a yogurt. They said put them in like Greek yogurt to it and put it overnight. And I want to try it one time.
Yeah,
I
let me
might
do
try
it.
that. She said use it with green tea.
Now I heard, chia seeds and what's another one? Flax seeds.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Is it flax?
Flax seeds.
Yeah, I could have a new. I got the name mixed up. The what? What
Papaya
seeds?
seeds are good for you.
Papaya seeds.
Papaya.
I never tried the seeds.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's flax seeds. FLAX. Yeah, those are good. Heard those are good in smoothies too. I had to try those out too, but that's pretty good for that.
But yeah, man, I'm really into my gut health right now. So, like I said, I ain't hit 300, but 260 was a wake up call, especially when your blood pressure high and your sugar high.
310, bro. Now
like,
that was a climb right there. I had to lose so much weight, bro. It was so bad when I was going up my stairs in my townhouse, I would stop breathing because it felt like my heart would stop. I'm like, when I get to the top, I'm like, good Lord, I gotta start losing weight, bro. Oh man, it was.
Did it sound like when you walk? Did it sound like a trombone was behind you?
You stupid. You got that.
Like, dude.
You got that from Family Guy, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna say, quit following me.
You back up. It's like, look behind you, like, what the
hell?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, 300, bro. I don't even want to know what that feels like unless I'm on the offensive line somewhere.
You never noticed it, Mook, when I was down there in Houston?
I noticed it was big, but I didn't know how big. Like
when I was
because even when you were in Houston, your weight, like you would get skinny and then you would blow back up. Like
he
do that's what my body does, bro. Like it'll get real small and then out of nowhere I'll blow up. I'll sniff some chicken and all of a sudden like, and then out of nowhere it's like I'm like, I can't keep it in one spot. Like so far at my age, I think the smallest I've been down to was like 190. I got myself all the way down to 190. I was all, had my body right. Yeah. And then I kept going from 190 to 200, 190 to 200, and I can't stay at like that 190, 200 area. Then it started pushing up to like 210. And I'm like, good Lord. Now I'm fluctuating between 200 to 210. And I'm like, yo, something got to give. I got to figure out something.
How much? And how much you at right
230. I got to get back down.
Boo, what's you at right now?
I'm at 232.
All right, look at that.
Now, and I'm in my case, and I don't blame nothing. It's all on me. I had some thyroid issues, and when I met with the specialist, they were telling me that could manipulate your weight as well. That could actually, you can just gain weight without doing nothing. Yeah. So I had to get some procedures done with that. So at this point, it's still kind of balancing out, but at the same time, I still got to eat better and work out anyway if I want to get down. I think a few years ago, I got down to 185.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Probably the smallest I've been down, but before, I had, I started having treatments and stuff like that. So a little bit after my treatments, that's when I started having thyroid issues because of that. And then I gained a lot of weight. You know what I mean, with that. And then, I had to get some procedures done to help with my thyroid. And then after that, now it's up to me. I got to get my weight down now. Some things you're not in control of. Huh?
I was talking about that thing that you, Troy and Sharice did. All y'all lost weight mad quick. Y'all all back in 100.
Wait, what happened?
I remember.
What was that? HBC, the pills. I forgot. There was some type of small pellets that you would dissolve under your tongue or something like that, and then you can only eat.
Like fish.
But you could, that's why I don't like fish like that to this day. I had fish for like 30 days straight. breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yo, they lost.
I don't like
you had to
fish
take
no
this
more.
pill?
Bro, you was able to see the collarbone in Troy neck. You see
Dang.
the collarbone. Like, you can see that in Troy neck. I'm like,
hold on, Pookie.
Hold on, the silverback gorilla, you was able to see his collarbone.
Shout out to Cuz.
Pookie lying to
Shout out
me.
to Cuz.
Word, shout out to Troy, bro.
I'm like, what the? Man,
It worked. It worked, but you still
always small.
But once you're done, if you don't, continuously eat like you're supposed to or exercise, you'll gain it all back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You will.
More.
You lose though. It worked, but you have to, after you're done with it, you have to keep up with, you got to change your lifestyle. But if you don't, if you go back to eating what you used to eat, you're gonna gain all that back.
Yeah.
So that's the tricky part with that, but it does work.
Man, that's the tricky part about losing weight, period. It's like it takes 10 years to lose weight, but it takes 5 seconds to gain it.
Yo, that's complete opposite. Complete opposite.
No, you've been a walking what's those stick bugs? On Bug's Life? On Bug's Life, that walking stick bug, yo, he been a walking stick bug or a walking match. Bruh. Since we were children. Our nickname was the number 10 since we was kids, yo.
Yeah, AJ
we had some of the names since we was kids, bro.
I don't know how y'all do it, man. Like, that shit is the complete opposite for me, man. Like,
it's just you got a high metabolism. That's what it is. You've been like that.
But at the same time, y'all eat a lot more than I'm a water drinker. I drink water all day, every day. Y'all eat a lot more than I do.
You be on the toilet quite a bit too.
How dare you say that?
You gonna be on the toilet after this podcast, man.
Y'all some eating. Nah, don't you dare talk about the toilet. Because the way you and Troy was, hey, AJ, you remember Boy Troy on Ava Street?
Oh yeah. I remember them.
No comment.
Y'all stayed in that bathroom.
Wait, what happened?
Clap hands going through the
word. Going into overtime. You know how back in the day you go, gee, to clock in for work. That was
anytime you try to take a shower, knock on the door. Yo, I'll be out in a minute.
I'll be out in a minute. Damn. Yo, I used to ask Troy to cut my hair back in the day, man. He over there taking it. You already know he in the bathroom. I'll be out there down in a minute.
Bro, how you about to go down with Troy? First of all, you would hear the stairs from the step from the upstairs shaking. And he opened the door. He got the towel and clippers in his hand. I'm like, oh, he about to take a shower.
Hey, Cuz got to get on and defend himself, man. He can't be getting no cuss like that. Troy, I got
that towel around his neck. He had a towel around his neck. Like, he about to do something.
He about to do his thing.
He got in the toilet, cutting his sweat.
Hey, Avis, that was the palace right there, man. That was the palace.
Mook, you remember Avis Street, Mook?
Yeah. That was the spot right there.
Yeah. House parties, AJ. Remember them?
Word, I do remember them house parties. Yeah, I remember certain house parties. That was a good mentor. Ooh, you was an excellent mentor when we was growing up. I'm being dead serious. I'm being serious. I'm not even being funny.
I guess it taught y'all what not to do. What not to do. Nothing wrong with having fun, but don't do that. Don't do it.
AJ was always in the house parties drinking 40s at 15.
Oh yeah.
You know what?
I remember that.
To be honest, as dangerous as house parties was back then, mine was always the safest. Because I made sure everything was held down regardless. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It didn't go down. On my joints at all. So everybody they were safe and they had a good time. That's one thing I can say. We get wild, but it never got crazy. Never.
I miss it, man.
I miss those days.
That could never be replicated, man. Like that. Yeah. I miss that, man.
I miss them days.
Yeah, it was cool, man. So
Hey, man, you
got old and married and kids and all that.
Yeah, man, it ain't the same, man. I can tell you that. It ain't the same, man. But tell them what you got to say, AJ.
About what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Say, AJ. Yeah, how that turned out for you? Tell your younger self how that turned out for you. Like, you know, the love you got,
You
the
know what I'm
love
saying? So when I was younger, you know, Pookie can testify to that. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a conversation we had. When you're younger, when I was younger, I believe that when you get married, you get all the booty in the world. That was the conversation me and him had.
Like,
So
oh, I
he can
can't wait to
testify
get
to that one.
married.
Go ahead, Pook. Continue
You know,
with it.
I
Go
hear
ahead,
it go
Pook.
down. I hear it's
Say
like,
Yeah, it does. It's a trap. It's a trap when it comes to that. It's a trap when it comes to that. Like they soup you. It's a boyfriend and girlfriend. Boys, man, they soup you in. But once they got you locked down, the bonnet come on instantly, like out of nowhere. Just that's it. Like, who is this? What the?
so the
You,
audience go away. No more clapping.
I know, right?
Oh, I got you now.
Got
You
you
know,
now.
it went.
So what? So what is? Y'all brought it up.
It's hilarious, but yeah, it's that. No, I won't say it's a trap, man. I ain't even gonna say it like that, but it definitely does change in certain.
See, when he's saying like it's a trap, because we had the conversation, like when you boyfriend and girlfriend, boy, you do it on the couch, you do it in the car, you do it on the porch. I'll do it in the mall. I don't. And then when
It'd be wild.
And when you get married, it's like things change. You know, you're always
Every
working
excuse
on time.
possible. Yeah, like they go down to they think everybody listening now. Hold on, somebody. Don't let nobody be at your house. I don't care how big your house is. You can have
especially when you got kids,
bro.
When you got kids,
Pookie, like, let them listen.
Story, bro.
I don't care how many rooms you got in your house. It could be somebody on that side, way on the other side of the building, and you on that side of the building. They still like, oh, such and such is here. That's a common thing that will happen. It's not even but boyfriend and girlfriend, that don't matter. It's shit. They could be in the same room. They could be in the same room and y'all in the covers, like, you know, get what you get. It don't even matter. They hiding it. Boyfriend and girlfriend, but boy, you married. I don't care if somebody next door. They could be in their house next door. I think they hear something. I don't care.
Or you got to schedule it. You got to be like, okay, at 11 p.m., meet me underneath the covers on Saturday night. And it's Monday.
Look at that.
What did he say? Marriage is in mine. He wished it.
All right.
He told
me. Now, what I would.
I spoiled you, but now we're married. We don't need to act like kids.
Now you gotta act.
What?
Okay, now here's the question. You two married men.
The husband was homosexual.
Now, for you guys to say that, that the booty disappears, right?
Magically.
Houdini came through. Was like,
whose fault is that?
Who else is that? That was the. It was the trap, like when you dang a little thing, piece of like a little carrot for a rabbit, and he grabbed it in the trap go, and then you take away the carrot. You know what I mean? Now you got the rabbit, you got him now.
Now,
like my point of view on that.
I would ask the wife. What I would do, I would ask the wife, like, why? Because it happens more so on the wife end, right? Would y'all say that? Could y'all say that?
Yeah.
Listen. Can I say my piece?
Go. Let me finish.
Let
me finish real quick.
Yeah, you know what I mean? As in, like, go ahead. You know what I mean? Like being married, like before you get married, of course, all day long. But once you get married and kids get involved, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. The husband still be horny all the time.
Hell yeah.
And I can see that. Wife be like, listen, I gotta go tuck Junior in at 10. I gotta go tuck Sally in at 11. You know what? Billy got soccer practice at 8 o'clock tomorrow, so I gotta make sure. You know what I mean? It's like it becomes like I'm like, all right, I know we gotta focus on the kids, but at least give me like 30 minutes to an hour, something. You know what I mean? Give me something.
Bruh, stop lying. Give me
30 minutes.
give
me something. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna take the cap off. You don't need no 30 minutes.
Nah, you need like 10 minutes. That's about it. Not even.
Give me a strong 4.5 minutes.
I know, right?
Give it to you, boy.
I ain't gonna take too much of your time. The time you done saying your prayers,
the boy be out your
way. Like, let's make this quick.
Quick, I'm already done pulling my
man.
That'd be stupid.
That's all I need.
What you were saying?
But yeah, so it's a bunch of what I'm hearing is life is just happening rapidly. You got the family, you got the responsibilities, and then she's more focused on that, and you're like,
honestly,
yeah, we can focus on that too.
Yeah, but let's get it.
But at the same time, like this is just what I believe, and that's just, I believe just for women in general. Like I just think like we're more driven beyond that because we're more of the giver in the situation. Like it's more of a.
Yeah, we got seeds. We got seeds. They got one. We got billions of seeds. We got billions of seeds. They got one egg.
What's wrong with him?
But what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, hey, whoa!
I was reading what she said.
Jennifer, like what?
Wife here, he went 5 months without touching me and said he didn't mean it.
You might want to check if there was a Bob in there. You know what I'm saying?
I can actually see that. I can see that. Like not even saying that the man is gay, but like when people are not like vibrating a certain frequency with each other, when it doesn't match anymore at a certain, that's what it goes for women too on both sides. Like you just don't have that energy. Like you don't understand. Like that is pure energy. That is an energy connection right there. That happens. You don't look at everybody like if just say like a girl that you're not attracted to at all come in butt naked. You're not gonna get aroused. She doesn't charge that energy in you. No. You know what I mean? That's not a vibration that you don't match with. That's not a frequency you match with. It's a whole transaction of energy. You have to vibrate on a certain level to really get to that point. And where you're not on that anymore, things happen. Like it just doesn't work for you. You just don't want to, the touch of you doesn't bring that life anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean? So people get
you want something different.
Quickly. Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm not saying a different dude, but let's do different things.
Now, my rebuttal to that is that okay, when y'all do, when there's marriage involved, now isn't at some point there's an agreement? Okay, you're the one, and then she's saying you're the one. So y'all both agree that y'all the one, and y'all go through with it. Get married, whatever, X, Y, Z. So at that point, she's supposed to be the only woman you will ever see for the rest of your life. Exactly. She's the man you're supposed to see for the rest of your life.
Let me
Where does that change?
Let me answer that. That happens because people don't marry for love. People marry for lust.
Well, okay.
What it is, man, you got to keep that spark in your marriage. That's what you have.
So you need both then. So you need both. You need love.
That's what I said. Y'all both have to keep that spark.
Yeah, right. But it has to be a certain balance within the two. Like you have to, it's best when you're with someone that what you lack is their strong point. You know what I mean? Like if I'm if I'm a speaker, but I'm a horrible writer at things, but my wife, she's not that good of a speaker, but she's a writer. So you guys balance, and that brings that sort of a kingdom. Like y'all kind of, you're so much advanced as a couple, but that just, I'm not saying that you get with a short woman get with a real tall man. So y'all, I'm not saying just get with somebody that you see like that's strong in your weak point. I'm just saying, like, if you vibrate a certain place with somebody And you can literally feel it. That's what me and AJ were talking about in one of the past videos, where it's different when you get with somebody that you're actually vibrating on a certain station with. It's so different. It's really different. I've been with so many different women that I was just with because of something outside, something outside of my vibration with them. Oh, she got, I like her hips, or she got this, or just,
okay. So to what you're saying, brother man, what does vibrating have to do with clapping cheeks?
Oh, absolutely. The
So wait, so if your vibration ain't there, what does that mean? Ain't no clapping, but you can still love that person, but ain't no clapping.
Yes, absolutely, and that's what I said. If you're willing to, if you could sacrifice that energy for somebody else, that means you love their being. Like, you can be with them without being sexual. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can just be with them.
I get it, but being sexual, that's I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's nature. So it's kind of like if I'm committing my life to only having my natural feelings of sexual energy or whatever, because it is energy too. Sexual is being that's energy too.
That's what I said.
So basically, based on what you're saying, you have to preserve that part of your energy source only, because this is the only woman that you're committing to, that you're gonna have whatever with.
You got to remember, like, the woman's cycle goes off of the moon. Their whole like just that emotional side, that nurturing side, that goes off of a time. Like, their whole, that stuff is controlled. Like, it's nothing that I would say it could be towards the leg, but you can tell when you guys are still vibrating on a certain level, and that has not changed, but your sexual interaction has changed. That's just they're just that their bodies are different from ours. Like, we're all one. They're living like a whole bunch of different parts. And hold on, before I continue that, I'm gonna answer Jennifer's question. No, I'm not saying it's your fault, but I'm just saying it's just something within him that he lost that connection. I'm not saying it's your fault. It could just be on him. It's certain things that happen that can lose vibration. Like, when a woman, certain like a pinpoint for a man that women does is financial. When they hit a man financially,
your microphone.
Your microphone is chopping up.
Oh, is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, what I'm saying is, like, certain things, like with a man, how we can our whole vibration can, like, get off. Like, a tipping point is like finances. Like, anything where you're questioning our masculinity or our duties of protection. You know what I mean? And I take finances I put that under, like, kind of protection for holding the household, taking care of stuff that needs to be taken care of. And when a woman kind of hits that, you kind of get shook. You kind of get knocked off. And women sometimes don't realize what they're doing, because, like I told you, like, it's like it's a side of women that they don't realize, because they switch up so much because they're so emotional. They're very fluid in emotions. Like, it goes very quickly with them, a lot faster than a male. So you don't realize that you're messing with more than one person per se. You know what I mean? So you can hit certain things, but women don't realize what they're doing. When you hit a man, like, it's hard. Huh? I'm just saying, like,
I think you froze. I think you.
Okay. But you understand what I'm saying, though.
All right. Now to go. I was about to say to go, because I heard you say finances, right?
Yeah.
And I do understand that a lot of times things can change because of finances. You're absolutely right. But on the flip side, you got some of the richest people in the world whose wives still left. You know what I mean? So it's almost like
it's like
at some point does finances supposed to matter.
Let me shut that down real quick.
It's just a question. I'm just kind of I'm speaking a little against what you're saying.
Rich people situations is way different.
Let me
I understand that, but we're thinking that's the end all be all for that. But you got people in the situations where they set and it still fall apart. So what does that say? What?
Answer that. How many rich people you know literally marry somebody for love? It's absolutely dealing with money. Anytime it's a rich person involved, that person don't love you. If that money ever left, I can guarantee you all those people don't
No,
marry with people that
I get
vibrate
it.
on the same wavelength to them. That don't no. They
No,
always gotta
I
have
get it, but
that
that
trophy wife. You know, those
right.
basketball players with the big boy. They ain't marrying for love.
But
Of
even
course.
but don't get me wrong. But if you think about those people that got divorced, they were married before they got rich. Like Jeff Bezos, he was
So,
married before he got rich.
Who?
so do you think it'll
But
be?
Bill
also,
Gates, all them, they were married before they got rich.
Okay.
That's
but
where
look at
time
what
come
their
in.
divorce
So
was.
that
It was
I can see
Huh?
like that's time. Like
Well,
time.
they were married for like 20 plus 30 years. Then they got
But
divorced.
you're right. But like I said, it's different parts. Like Pookie, what Pookie's saying is true stuff, but
Yeah,
there's different
there's
parts
true
of
on
it.
both
yeah,
ends.
So with Jeff Bezos and all those rich people, and that wives are with them, and then they got divorced because they got power and they could cheat and they can be like,
Yeah.
I can get whatever I
That's a
want.
different world.
No,
It's
no,
a-
no.
So this
What
wife
I'm
that
saying
got
is,
old,
I'm saying is that's not going to determine. It's not the determination because she can still, okay, he cheat, he do whatever he want, but he rich, so she can
Bro,
still
bro.
basically enjoy
Listen.
everything that's going on.
But you got to
Besides
remember,
the fact,
that's just one of many things. Because a rich man get as just as many issues as the poor man get with his wife.
absolutely,
Guarantee you. So they're gonna find
yeah.
something. Can I answer Jennifer's question real quick?
yeah. Go ahead.
So basically, listen. So her question was, I see what you're saying, but it was his responsibility was to communicate to that.
To his wife.
yeah,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but what men communicate? We're the worst at communicating. We communicate with our actions. We don't communicate because we feel though speaking on things is too emotional. So we do things like when we get in arguments with the women, the way we apologize, we be like, "Yo, you hungry?" You know what I mean? We ask to do nice things. Maybe even get flowers. We do something that we know you like. That's how we show that we apologize. We're sorry. You get what I'm saying? Like men don't come out and just apologize often because that is shown to be emotional. Am I wrong?
yeah. I think some women are bad at it
Oh
I
no,
communicating
they're
too
believe that
terrible
because
at
too. I
they can
communicating.
completely
communicate.
believe. I agree with you.
No,
Yeah,
what I'm saying
yeah,
is a lot of communicating they do
yeah.
is a bunch of shit that don't
Yeah,
make
Yeah,
no sense at all.
it
What,
don't.
And I'm like,
and the thing is that what I've noticed, and again, I'm not married, so I don't know that part of it, but uh, from my experience, I've dealt with a lot of mind readers or people that felt like I should be a mind reader, and it's
that you
like,
should already know.
why didn't
People,
you just
all of them,
communicate it instead of
all of them,
figuring that I know it? That's what I'm
all
saying.
of
It's
them.
like, hold up, how am I going to know it if you don't say anything? As
Exactly.
opposed to, oh, you should know. How? You didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing to me.
See.
So how am I supposed to
Let me
know?
answer that. Let me answer that for you. Like women do things. They have certain patterns. Like if you really pay attention to them, and they want you to find those clues. They want you to. They want to see how attentive you are to them. That's a test to you.
See, but that's
Like
logic.
we look at it as, man, you want me to be a mind reader? But they're like, man, I've been leaving you Easter eggs for how long now, and you don't notice about me?
But it's
Like
up to you to pay attention
But
to it.
but is that good communication? That's good
It's
communication.
terrible. It's games. That's what keeps things.
That's
That's like proof of you're vibrating. That's a show of
Man,
I'm telling you,
I
like
would rather you just
this is
tell me as opposed to saying,
it's not,
"Oh,
but
you
it's
bruh.
not
supposed
gonna
to
We
know
always
don't
be
that."
like
speak the same. We
that.
don't speak the
That's
same
just ass to
language.
me,
Pookie
man.
right. They do have these
That's
patterns.
probably why
They
I'm not
do.
married
Pookie
because
right.
I ain't with all that shit.
They do certain things that like you should
Right.
know.
And you have to be attentive. You have to
Even
No,
pay
down to a
attention.
okay,
conversation. They
all
might
right,
mention something in a
all right,
conversation that they'll think
all right.
that you're supposed to
So
pay
you,
attention to.
so you guys that are married, is that fun for y'all?
Hell no.
Hell no. That
So
shit
that's what
ain't
I'm
fun.
talking about. Who wants to go
It's
through
Yeah.
that shit?
life.
Who want to go through that
It's just
shit,
how,
man? That shit
bruh,
ain't fun.
you can
That's just not
That's
fun.
bruh,
It's
if you
love.
have
Yeah, I love you, but
if
I
you
don't
have
like that shit.
you
It's
have a
tiring.
daughter, boo, you have a daughter. She will do the same thing to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I would
Daughters
talk
do the same
shit.
thing.
I'd be like, yo, you better speak the fuck up. I'll say that shit.
You are daddy's girl. You are 100%.
Hey, at the end of the day,
as
I'm gonna
tough-
say, hey, you better say
as
something.
As tough as that
He is a
shell looks,
narcissist.
but
Hey, that's
soft in
fine.
there.
That's fine.
It's
Nah,
all
she gotta
soft
say
in
something.
there. You got that soft.
I'm not. I mean,
girl.
I'll hear it out, but I don't play long. Hey, you better say something. I'm not about to sit around and try and figure it out. Hell, fucking no. You better speak the fuck up. Hell nah.
But it's
No,
different.
Like I said, I love you, but you better talk.
Again, okay. Let me
attention.
go. Let me respond to what Jennifer said, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, go
She
ahead.
said, "I should say he is a narcissist, and I was accused of being the sole problem in our marriage. If we were struggling for money, he said I need to work more. I worked 3 jobs and had 2 kids.
It sounds like a bro.
That's
Damn, that sounds like a rare situation.
Listen,
That sounds like a crazy situation.
like work more, and I was told he wasn't taking care."
I mean, not every man.
Okay,
is
see,
dude.
no, that's what I said. Like, he wasn't interested anymore. He was looking to benefit something for you instead of trying to balance with you. He was just trying to milk from what you're offering and just take. Like, he was just trying. Yeah, that's absolutely a narcissist. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what he was.
Yeah,
that's
his
narcissist. That was that issue.
That's a
Yes, that's a crazy situation.
No marriage is I don't believe any relationship is one person only is the problem.
Yeah.
You just don't know you're the problem. You thinking that you're not looking at yourself and you're not being aware that it's always 2 people in every situation. It's never one person is the whole problem.
Right,
You're
but
just
that's what happens. That's what happens when okay, bro.
When you don't communicate, like you saying, like
you don't communicate.
Yo, if it's something not wrong, wouldn't you rather hear it straight up as opposed to getting signs and trying to trying to put the puzzle together?
But
let me know.
Is that the thing is, you wouldn't need that if you're vibrating with somebody. You completely match their energy. Like,
I get it.
I'm telling you, everything. You would not need that. You would feel it. You would feel those patterns. You would feel when something's out of place instantly. But like dudes that stop vibrating, they'd just be sitting there playing the game, and the girl is obviously giving off that frequency of something is wrong, and he's not picking that up.
I get it. So would you rather hear what's going on, the problem, or you gonna just wait for the vibration to tell you?
You don't wait for it, is what I'm telling you.
But, I get it, but I'm just like, yo, why don't you just tell me? I'm sorry, just tell me.
So
it ain't gonna be like that.
Jennifer just said, y'all know that saying marriage is 50-50. So you're asking me, is marriage 50-50? Is that what she's asking?
Yeah, she's saying, do y'all know the saying?
Marriage is
50-50.
I think
I know that saying, but it ain't 50-50.
It's not, but it should be.
It should be.
I absolutely think that,
it can't be.
What?
It can't be. There's nothing that's equal of in the marriage that's directly 50-50.
You're right.
There's nothing 50-50 about
it. What do you consider 50-50?
You do things that she can't do. She does things that you can't do.
Hold on. So what do you consider 50-50?
That's what I'm telling you. There's no 50-50. There's always something that I'm better at this part than you are. I'm handle this situation.
You have to be. You have to be. That's the only way you can get 50-50.
That's what I'm saying. There's no such thing as 50-50.
It has to be 50-50. There has to be 50-50 because, say if I can't work, my wife's going to go out there and work. She's going to make the money, and I'm going to do the back half of taking care of what needs to be taken care of on the other side. That's 50-50.
The way it's supposed to go. You put 100% in what you're able to do. You're not going to be 50-50 in it. She can't go out there and beat nobody's ass like you can. You can't do what she can do.
Right.
You put 100% of what you do.
Right. But like you said, it always is like you can take care of
that's a good conversation.
This and you take you said what?
It's a good conversation.
I said it's a good conversation. I gotta kind of break out in a minute, man.
You had something else?
No, I'm saying that, the meeting I was talking about earlier or whatever.
I was asking if you had something else.
Yeah. Y'all cooking though, man. Y'all cooking, man. I think there is definitely a lot of subjects within that realm, man. And I like talking about it, one, because I'm not married and I don't really know the experience. So I can't speak for y'all, I can only ask questions. You know, and
Right.
I've seen marriage. I see marriages from the outside. You know what I'm saying? I see the good, bad, and the ugly, and I see a lot of the ugly. So that's kind of where I'm like, okay, what happens? What goes wrong? Because when you're married, the love is probably at its highest peak.
The
And
biggest part
it's
that
like
goes
when it
wrong in marriage
changes,
is
it's like, what'd you say,
communication.
bro? What'd you say, cuz?
I said the biggest part with marriage, because I've been married for some years. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
The biggest part with marriage is communication. So I ain't gonna lie to you, my marriage wasn't always the best. So what we had to do was, it's up to you guys, you two, to sit down and have that conversation and be like, listen, our communication is completely off. And I'm not feeling you right now. I'm not feeling it right now. The energy, all that stuff. Yeah, it's up to you guys to have that conversation. You know what I mean? Because once you have that communication problem down pat, I ain't gonna lie to you, everything else goes kind of smoothly. Now, I ain't gonna say it's completely smoothly, but it's a lot better compared to not communicating. Because once you're not communicating, that's when everything starts downfalling. You know what I mean? Everything goes downhill. You know, so that's the biggest part. You know, even though we joking around and all that stuff, like, yeah, man, she wants you to do all that stuff. That's when you gotta, and she think you're gonna read her mind. That's when you gotta have a conversation.
That shows.
You gotta have that conversation when they're like, listen, I am not a mind reader.
That proves if you're vibrating with them.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, they're
Well, that would cause you to ask that, right? When you say, hey, what's going on? Just tell me, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're talking about.
Don't turn into no argument, none of that. Like, yo, let's have a civil conversation. Let's talk.
Right.
Let's get
that's how it's supposed to be.
It's so like I can literally feel a different vibe when it's about finances, when it's about like a jealousy moment. I can tell you if it's anything just of any type of anger, it's a different vibration that I feel. And I could be like right now, like if she's just upset right now, just walking by and just like acting different, I can tell you what it's for. I'm gonna be like, man, she mad about this. Easy. Like every time I'm 100% cry, I'm like, yo, she mad because I owe her some money. Or she mad because I can tell you what it is instantly, no matter what it is, and I know what it is and I know how to fix it. Yeah. And that's when you're vibrating with somebody. And I think it's vice versa with her sort of kind of.
No. You wouldn't want to talk about that? Or you would just say, I know what's going on?
But that's where the arguments come in. Listen. I'm sorry, bro, real quick. But that's where the arguments come in. Like you're arguing with this person about what? Not the situation. It's about that you're no longer vibrant. You're no longer on the same page. So the conversation is just to argue.
Well, I get it, but it takes two to argue. It's your choice to stop that.
I'm saying. You're leaving that other person out. You already know what they're upset at, so you already know how to approach the situation.
And you better than me, bro. I ain't no mind reader, man. You better tell me.
I'm telling you, bro. It's all about those patterns.
I feel you, but tell me. Talk to me.
I have a question. Wait, hold on. Let me ask but let me ask the question. So you said when your wife is feeling a certain way, you feel the vibrations and whatever's going on.
You can tell.
If he,
you can tell.
But I think Boo said, shouldn't you talk about it? And you said don't talk about it or talk about it.
I'm not saying like don't talk about it. Don't approach it with I don't know what's going on. That pisses them off. Approach it with
but you're being honest.
So hold on. What did you say?
Bring the solution.
Honestly,
wait, say that again.
For real, like, yeah, go ahead.
I was saying, like, it's the approaching part that pisses them off. You have to understand, you're coming with the, what's going on? What's your problem? You're telling them you don't know. You didn't catch on.
It's how you approach the situation.
I get what you're saying.
How you approach it.
So you came to me not knowing.
That's like, too much.
You're not vibrating with me. You're not.
It's too much shit with a marriage, bro. I get it.
It's just paying attention to everything.
Wait, hold on.
That's too much.
I don't think he's not saying
it's not.
I'm talking about for me. I'm not speaking on nobody else, no marriage. I'm just saying that's too much.
No. I'm just
too
saying,
much to
like,
try and figure out and solve.
Okay. For example, for example, I think even like you do it too. Like you do it too. Like when Sharice gets upset, we know what she's mad at. We don't have to ask. We know because you know her. You know her mannerisms. You know how she moves. You knew that without even knowing. But you were around her enough to learn her because you vibrate her. You guys are so tight. You guys vibrate on a certain frequency where you guys can stand each other. You know, it's brothers and sisters out here that don't like each other, haven't talked for years. We have never done that. We vibrate on a certain frequency where we understand each other, and that's
No,
what I'm saying.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying
Right.
I wouldn't want to deal with that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you're wrong.
What I'm telling you is, you see
I think
how
y'all both saying
fluent.
communicate.
Yeah,
It's
you see how
communication.
fluent it is. I'm just saying, you see how
Yeah.
fluent it is. You don't have to work for it, is what I'm saying. You're approaching as if it's a job that you got to be, I got to pay attention. No, it happens naturally. Almost like breathing. It just happened like, okay, I know she's going to do this. Like, it's stuff that you pick up without having even really pay attention to it. You know what I mean? It's just something that happens. Like, you know Sharice. We know her like the back of our book. I feel her like nobody business. Because that's what we picked up, that vibration, that frequency, we understand it. It's a language that's unspoken. It just happens. That's why I said you have to be with somebody that you vibrate with. It has to be a certain frequency that you understand, that matches you. Like, people think that that's just some foolery, and people that's why relationships don't work. Because you never match. You didn't get with this person because you matched with that frequency. You've never been with somebody that you match with. That's why relationships
I get it.
don't mix.
I get
That's
it.
what I'm saying. It's like the language that we're speaking isn't our real language.
Yeah.
You have to understand that this language is man-made. The way we talk is to each other, and that's the power that we hold and that people don't use. You know what I mean? I can read
Yeah.
all of y'all easy. I can tell when somebody, like when I walk in a room, I can tell when somebody's depressed. I can tell when you're happy. I can tell when you're mad.
Yep.
I can tell what you're upset about just by the way you're vibrating. And I can feel that. And that's a power that all of us have that you don't pay attention to. You can
I
tell
get
when
it.
somebody
All right, family. I got to break out, man.
all right,
Let's
bro.
go
All right,
talking
now.
to y'all cooking.
Okay.
I love
Yeah.
y'all, man.
Yeah,
Until
man.
next time.
Yo, give me a call after the meeting. Tell me how it
For
goes.
sure.
All right.
You know, and tell your subscribers, man, and tell your viewers, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Gamer Ass Universe.
Yes,
We're
sir.
here. You know, check everybody out, man. But I'll see y'all in the next one, man. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir.
All right, cuz. Yep.
But yeah, man, this
Oh, yeah.
this is I hear everything you saying, Pooh. I think y'all saying the same
Say
thing.
bye.
Yeah, she said,
Yeah, bye.
But listen,
but
but I'm
yeah, but
telling
I
you,
see, like I said,
it's
I
something
see.
that's real.
You saying you're not saying don't communicate. You're saying it's once you feel it, approach it like in a way that needs to be
Right.
approached.
Come with it don't come with I
With
don't know.
caution.
Come with solutions. You
Yeah.
should be
I
coming
say
with
come with caution.
solutions. All right. No, you ain't
Come
gonna
with
come
caution.
with caution because of your
I'm
uncertainty.
just joking, bro.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But you
But
will
no,
come
that's the
because
truth.
you're uncertain.
People are like that.
Right. But hold on. But the whole 50-50 thing, we're talking about the same thing. I'm talking about if you're talking a circle, I'm talking about I got this half of the circle, you got this half of the circle, it's 100%. We're both talking about 100%. But
Yeah,
I'm
a
just
whole
talking about it in a
100%.
different way. But right. But
But
wherever she's lacking,
like I was saying, like
go ahead.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like, let's say if y'all got a household, and let's just say she's struggling, without a job or whatever. So you got to cover all the bills plus the groceries,
Correct.
and then sometimes she might
But no,
go on
that's where
these
you stop.
interviews.
That's where you
But
you
as
said
her husband, to
paying
be
your
for real,
bills.
as her husband, bro, it is your job
No, I'm
also.
giving an example. I ain't even done yet.
Like, it's your job
I ain't even
also
done
to
yet.
uplift her though. Like, if she ain't got no
But
job and all that junk,
So
it's like, yo, babe, here, like, look at this.
you
Indeed,
like
you know what I mean. Talk to her
if
about that.
my
Like, yo,
thing
we
is like
need more income.
right,
But
and
if she
you
ain't following
are
that suit, then you know how I roll. But like, bye. But
Max,
even though you can't do that, I'm joking. Don't do
security.
that.
You got to be the security. You have to. It's a lot of things that you're doing.
It's a lot
So
of stuff.
that's why I said you can only do
That's the thing.
100% at what
And
you can do. So it's not a
another
50-50 thing. It's 100% of
whatever you what else you
can do.
What you just said, I disagree.
Percentages are real. So percentage is a real mathematical equation. So it's like you can never give 50-50 on everything. That's not any relationship. I've been through a million partners on the podcast, right? This is a relationship. But nobody has done like I would have people come on, they just want to talk, they won't share it. And I'm like, you're on the podcast too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You won't come in topics. I'm like, you're on the podcast too. Mm-hmm. So were they giving 50%?
But
no.
But what I was saying was the thing that I didn't agree with right there was you're coming into the relationship with roles. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't approach it with you're supposed to do this. You know what I mean? Like, you already know what the person is capable of. Like, you can't be like, well, you're a man and you're supposed to do this. That's where you messed up. Because
so some
things that
take roles. I'm not even worried about roles.
Absolutely. You come in a relationship.
Take roles out of it. I'm saying what's actually going on. Like forget roles. Mm-hmm. Get what you guys are able to do and bring. It's never ever going to be 50-50 because you do things differently. So what I'm saying is, whatever you can do 100% of what you can do. But it might be somebody taking on more responsibilities in that relationship, and that happens.
Right. I get what you're saying.
You're saying like but you give 100% of what you're supposed to be doing. Don't give 50%, give 100%.
Or just whatever you're doing, that's all you can do. Because some people's always taking on more responsibilities.
Right. And I feel
even when it comes to noticing.
And I feel like the energy of the conversation is all about like working, taking care of the household, doing
that's
this
the
stuff.
Whole conversation.
But I'm thinking
that's
like
reality of a household.
But what I'm thinking
that's
about
just reality.
But I'm talking about the whole spiritual aspect. But that's all people look at is that shell part. Nobody ever look at it as on a spiritual level. You know what I mean? Like nobody ever tells me like, yo, like, okay, if I lost my job, my wife be like, you know what, I'll take off this from me. You pick up this. Like if she was paying all the electric bills and the smaller bills, cable bills and all that, she'd be like, okay, you lost your job, switch with me for the time being. I'll even help you. We're looking for a job for like it's almost like that team, like a tag team, like you in there fighting, you start getting beat up, you tag your partner in, they get in, you over there, you resting. You have time to rest, get yourself together. They tag you back in. That partnership is what I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about. So you only do what you 100% of what you can do.
Right. And that's why
that's
I said,
what I'm saying. My whole thing I said, what do you different examples?
What do you call
but what do you have to do between both of y'all to reach that level though? What's the answer?
Boogie?
What I've been saying the whole time.
Wait,
like,
to reach what level?
To reach all what you're saying, right? To 100% effort, all that different type of stuff. You saying that, yo, if I lost my job today, my wife will pick up the slack and all that different type of stuff. No matter how you look at it in the marriage.
Right, but what Jennifer just said right there, but what y'all haven't said is taking care of each other is top priority in any relationship.
Exactly.
When I'm talking like a spiritual level, that's what I'm meaning. Is that true care like you would for any like you have to have love for your partner like you would your kids. You have to have that same love for your partner that you did your mother and your father. That's the connection you have to have because you love them unconditionally. Like there's nothing that your mother can do to make you just be like, forget this. I'm breaking this connection. No, you will always make sure that person, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your son, your daughter, always, no matter what they do, you always keep them around. And when you connect with someone on that level, where like anything they do, like I don't care what you do besides cheating and all that, because you only can cheat when you're outside that vibration. You cannot cheat with somebody when you're not. If you're vibrating with somebody matching that vibration, the same frequency as them, you can't cheat on them. It's not possible. because you wouldn't want to. Because the person you're cheating with wouldn't match that frequency you're on the way they are. The only way you could cheat on them is if you're already off that frequency. So it wouldn't matter what other stuff. That's how you cheat. But when you're always maintaining that vibration with that person that you love, of your mother, your father, your son, your brother, your sister, that connection with people, and outside of your blood, to love someone the same way you love your blood is crazy. You know what I mean? You know how deep of a connection you have to be with somebody to be on that level? It's good.
It's good.
Thanks.
Hey,
But you
I'm
understand
sorry.
what I'm saying?
Am I doing a good job?
Nah. But like that's how relationships work though. Like you have to vibrate. It's not about the way you look or what the person has to offer or anything like that. It's literally vibrating on that level, finding someone that matches your frequency, because they will love you the same way that you give out. They will match that no matter what, in different ways of what you need. You know, it's not always about roses and going on dates. It's about the way, like that feel, that energy that they give to you, that match. You can feel it when they walk in the room. You can feel it. It's an energy thing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think this relationships fail because people aren't looking for somebody they're vibing with. They're looking for, I don't want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for I need
Right.
somebody, and I feel like
A lot of
Right, and
people
that's
just want
that's
to be
what most
alone
people
now.
do. That's
You
why
know.
nobody ever matches. Because, like, I'm a true believer that you can find. I think it's you can find more than one soulmate. I don't believe that it's one. You know what? I take that back. It might just be that one, but it would always cross paths. Like people be like, "Oh, the world is so big. How am I supposed to find my soulmate?" You will always come across your soulmate. You will always, no matter what. Me and my wife, I think
I
that's my soulmate. Huh?
don't blame you, Jennifer.
Hey, if
Now,
you
one
you
bit.
don't, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. Like only when
No.
you find that person that matches, it will always cross paths. Me and my wife were supposed to meet at least 3 times in our paths. It's 3 places that we were supposed to meet before we actually met. Like we were supposed to end up going to the same college. We both got casted for Married at First Sight. And bro, I'm from New York. She's from Miami. We met in Charlotte. She came here by on some random shit. You know what I
Yo,
mean? Like
Pooh.
you always come across that. What's up?
Let me tell you how far back me and Denise. You remember we used to go to church with Kenneth and Tiddlewink?
Yes.
Denise was there. She was
Is that
friends
the
with Kenneth
powerhouse or
and
something?
Tiddlewink. Yes. She was there.
No,
And she used to
Bethesda.
for real.
she used to play around with all of us.
Bethesda, right? Was that
Hey,
Yeah, I
Bethesda?
think so.
whoa!
Yeah, I think it
Bethesda.
was Bethesda. Yeah, I think so.
I never knew that.
Exactly, bro. Until me and Denise started dating is when I found out. I was like,
I'm
yo, how
telling
you
you.
know Kenneth and
I'm
how you know
telling you.
Tiddlewink? Oh, I went to the church with them. I
Because,
used to play around with all y'all. But she didn't
bruh,
remember me. We was that close.
that's what I'm
She
saying.
lived down the
Like
street from me
people,
when my dad and
yeah,
mom was on Devon Road, Poop. She lived down the
yeah.
street from me.
See, that's what I'm saying. People don't understand. Like you will always come across them because that frequency, it's almost like magnets. No matter where you are
Yeah.
on this planet, it will come together somehow. No matter what, you work with them. You randomly run into some random chick through another friend. It will come to you, but you have to understand and recognize it. You've met people where you be like, "Dang, yo, that kind of feel different," because you picked up a matching energy because that person was different from most. Like you could talk to a person for a couple of seconds and read them without even realizing, because you're looking at them and you're picking up without even realizing. You could be looking them in their eye, but you're still picking up subconsciously, picking up random movements. You know, the way they move, and you're reading that subconsciously, and you're picking up. That's how you're judging them. How you be like, I don't like that person for some reason. You don't even know why. But people don't even realize we have that ability. But that's why I said, when you're finding a soulmate, you use it, you enhance that ability. You know what I mean? You're reading that person. How do I match? Is this person on my frequency? And that's how females communicate. Like I said, it's not about reading their minds. It's about picking up their habits. You understand? Like understanding them,
Yeah.
feeling them,
Book, I ain't
understanding when they're
gonna
mad.
lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. The way I hope to one day find that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's easy, bro. Like you have to really just Pay attention. That's why I said meditation is like you have to. You're so busy with with life, you're not paying attention to like
You're
the
right.
ability
You're
that you
yeah,
have.
you're right.
That's
You're
what
right.
it is.
I see that in
Everybody's
myself.
just living.
I see that in myself. You're right. I see that. I'm just going through
Yeah,
and
that's what you're
not letting
doing.
that part.
That's all you're doing. Once you learn how to clear that, your ability comes. That ability, that superpower that you have, comes back. Once you just relax, just breathe and just clear out and just become centered. You're not balanced. You have to be balanced. You know what I mean? You have to be at a sense of balance, and then you start seeing colors on people. Like no lie, like you see like green, blues, like the darker, dimmer colors. Okay, that person's depressed.
Negative. Is that a negative person?
They're giving off that dark color, that that grayish, dark grays, and all of a sudden you get those lighter colors like orange and yellows and light purples and blues and stuff like that. That person's in a higher vibration. You know what I mean? That's a woman I need. You can read that on her. Okay, that's a powerful woman. You know what I mean? That's a Michelle Obama type of woman. You know what I mean? When I'm out, I know she can handle business.
He said Michelle Obama type of woman.
No lie. Yeah, that's how you read it. Like that's all it is. Like you have to have that language. Go ahead.
You said you call it shit? What?
I call her Shell.
Oh,
I don't call her Michelle.
You said shit. Yo, I was like, well, damn.
Yeah.
But I completely understand where you're coming from, Pope. Completely. I've been married 16 years. And if you're not on the same vibrations,
Man.
You know what I mean? Same
it ain't
way.
Gonna work. It's not gonna work.
It is not.
Now you forcing it. Like you trying to just force a shape, a triangle in a circle or something.
Exactly.
Like, it's not gonna work. You have to be that shape to fit in. You have to vibrate. You have to talk to each other without words. You have to be able to communicate without words. That's what it is. You have to be able to. That's the only way. If you're looking for words only, you're lacking. You're not on that page.
But what I was trying to say was, once your vibrations are off, that's up to you two to communicate with each other to get that vibration back.
To get that, you have to be able to sit down and realign that frequency. You can do that easy, but people don't do it. They don't realize it, or they never were on the same frequency to begin with, so it would never work. You know what I mean? You're forcing.
So that's where the forces come from.
Yeah, that's why I said anything like when you have that unconditional love, like okay, say if a family member, like say a sister, y'all only got sisters. So if a sister got hurt, would y'all stop loving your sister because she got hurt?
Got hurt?
Or
no, I was reading Jennifer.
Yeah, I was made 15. Okay, time don't matter. You just wasted it. That's all you was doing.
I was all.
But would you stop loving would you stop loving your sister because she got an illness? No. But people are quick to leave someone you're in a relationship because they lost their legs. They're paralyzed.
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't be able to leave that person because you have that same love. No, you weren't.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You weren't. You never. It was it's like a lock and key. You can't break.
Yeah.
You can't open it.
Yeah.
So if y'all left each other that easy, you was just wasting time. That's what I'm talking about.
That was it.
Time wasted. But yeah, that's all it is. Like you have to read that. You have to understand where this woman is. Like when you meet a female, she automatically lets you know of her baggage. She lets you know what is in here and how she's feeling here instantly. Like what she wants to, you know that by what she's willing to share with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How open she is with you. You can see, feel her energy and understand, oh wow, she's willing to go this deep with me. So I should be, so I know how to approach this. You know what I mean?
But you should be able to do the same too with her.
And if you're not picking that up, they understand that. You know what I mean? They understand. You're not vibrating like how animals do. When animals don't just go, you're a dog, that's freak. They don't do that. You know what I mean? Like they know what they're attracted to because they don't talk to each other. Animals don't talk, but they vibrate. They understand the true language of nature.
Yeah.
That's what you have to understand. You have to remember everything is connected. Like I said, the cycle goes off of the moon. You know what I mean? So you have to read that stuff. You have to understand. You got to be. You have to just understand the code. You know what I mean? Like just be able to. Right. No. Everything happens for a reason. No lie. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for nothing happens for no reason at all.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't have been here, so he had to come some way through you.
That was the relation. That was the reason of y'all being together was having your son.
Yeah.
You know.
So anyways, the son. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, I take that back. Y'all, son would have got here anyway, no matter what.
But
I think eventually he would have came through. Yeah. But I get what you're saying. Though. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I truly believe. But Mook, man, I ain't gonna waste your time, man. I talk all day. I'm free all day.
Nah, this is a really good.
How many times we gotta have a part 2? You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
is this the longest we ever been on the podcast?
The longest we ever been on the podcast, man.
Yeah,
hour and a half.
Yeah, man.
I like it. I like this.
Man, we gotta get that ability, man. It's in there. It's in there. You just have to get all that clutter out, clean that out. You have all this conditioning, people, all this television and all this stuff, this programming keeps you like that so that you're not learning because they know if you have that ability, you will see right through them. We wouldn't be easily as fooled. You know what I mean? You can see, like, when those politicians are on TV, you could just look at that politician and be like, I can see
I agree, part 2.
Right.
Yep.
Right. But you get what I'm saying? That's the power they don't want us to have. You know what I mean? Once you can see, you will see through all the bullshit. You know what I mean? So they keep you busy. But once you got to be balanced. But with part 2, man, part 2, let's get it.
Yeah,
I got so much on that. I got a lot more.
All right.
I barely touched it.
Right now, man. Let's
barely touched it.
Let's wrap it up right now. Yeah. Thanks, Big Pooh. Thanks. No Ray.
They say AJ, bro. He's on some No Ray.
Yeah, you got to always bring your some chicken brand.
I know, man. But it's already on the screen. Just say thanks, AJ. That's it.
Ain't nobody come to see No Ray.
Ain't nobody see No Ray.
Stupid.
NBK. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Nah.
All right, y'all. Hey, in the podcast. Thanks for kicking it with us.